Hi everyone, thanks for checking out this lesson of Orange Juice by Noah Kahan. This song is in standard tuning, so no need to change any of your strings, and there's no capo. The chords are fairly straightforward, however, we're going to be playing only certain portions of the chords. So for example, we're going to be playing like an A here, and it's just taken out of the full A bar chord. However, if you download the tabs or you read them on the screen and you want to play them in the position that you know in, so like an A would be down here, you can absolutely do that. It will still work. I have just transcribed it exactly the way that Noah Kahan plays it. Okay, so let's go through the chords. There's only like 6 chords to go through. So we have A major. Now, as I said, it's up to you if you want to play them in an open position, in a position that you know. But in this case, we're going to do it this way. So we have from the 4th string 7, 6, 5, just those 3 middle strings. So it should be A, C sharp, and E. The next chord is a D flat minor over A flat. So what we're doing is really playing a D flat minor or a C sharp minor, but just this portion here. And all we're doing is swapping around those 2 fingers to make it happen. So from the 4th string, 6th fret, 6th fret, 5th fret. Then it's F sharp minor. It's coming from this bar chord. We're just playing from our little finger up on the bar. So from the 4th string, that's 4th fret, 2nd fret, and 2nd fret. So far we've only been using these 3 strings. And then we have an A major chord, but it's written down as A over E because we're only playing from this 4th string, and that would be the E note, but it's an A major chord. So that would be 2 from the 4th string, 2, 2, 2. You can play it also with your fingers like that. Then we have a D sus2 chord. Now, there's 2 ways you can play this. I've written it with my little finger here because I've seen that he does this when he plays it live. So I'll explain that one first and then the alternative. So from the 4th string, 0, 2, and then 5. 0, 2, 5. However, this note here, the E, is the same as the open string. So if you can't make that little stretch, just play the open string instead. Exactly the same. Yeah? And then we have one last chord, which is D major 7, which it starts off the same, so 0 on the 4th string, 2 on the 3rd string, and 2 on the 2nd string. Those are all the chords that we need. Okay, so let's get into it. This song's at 118 BPM, so let's start with the intro. Now we're going to go through those chords pretty much in the same order that I explained them. And we're going to have a picking pattern. So this picking pattern for a good chunk of this song is going to sound like this. Right? And it's still the same 3 strings that we've been using, the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd. So we're going to start with our thumb on the 4th string, 1, and then we're going to use our 1st finger on the 3rd string, and then back to our thumb, and then to our middle finger on the 2nd string. Right, so with string numbers it should be this, 4, 3, 4, 2. And we repeat that twice, so. Right? And that's pretty much the pattern that we're going to be using for the entire verse up until the chorus. And it's also swung as well, so what I mean by that for people that don't know is if we played it with straight 8s, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and, right, they're exactly where they need to be, but with swung, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and the and is closer to the number. Okay, so we've got the A to begin with. We're going to move our fingers around to that D flat minor. Same picking pattern. Now to the F sharp minor. I use my 3rd finger here and bar with my 1st finger. And then just take it off for the A over E. And then move it down for the D sus. stay on that D sus for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the F sharp minor, 1. Back to the A here. Okay, now that's the intro, and then the whole thing repeats 4 times to the verse. So I'm going to go through it one more time for the verse, and then we're going to look at the ending of the verse. It's slightly different leading up to the chorus. So here we go. A, B flat minor over A flat, F sharp minor, A over A, D sus 2, 2 bars, F sharp minor, A. Now, when we, on the 4th time of playing that through in the verse, we're going to change the ending. Okay, so after the F sharp minor here, we're going to finish on that A, just that one the one pick with the thumb. And then he's going to sing, and you said. So, and you said, and then there's this little bass line, right, into that part. So, we're going to go from the 2, the 2nd fret on the 4th string, up to the 3rd fret, and I would probably walk up with my fingers because when we start the chorus, that finger's in the perfect position to do to start the riff. Okay, so the chorus. Now, I have transcribed, I think Noah does play some of this, but I've transcribed mostly the banjo part because I liked how it sounded. So it's a bit more complex to play on the guitar with some hammer-ons and pull-offs and a bit more of a complex picking pattern we can go through. But I just want to say as well that this can be played entirely without having all those fancy extra hammer-ons and pull-offs. And you would do that just by playing those chords they're shown above the tab, so like the F sharp minor, A over E, and D major 7, and you just adjust the picking pattern. And it would be the same picking pattern as verse 2, which we'll see later on. So if you want to learn that part for the chorus, where it's slightly more simplified, so this. Yeah, you can jump to verse 2. Okay, so what I've transcribed for the chorus is this. It's the banjo part. Alright, that's the first part, and the second part when they go higher. Sorry, that wasn't perfect. So let's have a look. We're going to be having the 3 chords, F sharp minor to A and then to D major 7. Now these are all going to have embellishments on. So let's have a look first at the first part, the F sharp minor. It's going to get a bit complicated, but hopefully you can follow along on the screen with the tab. We're going to play the bass note, the 4th string with our thumb, and then we're going to pick the 3rd string and the 1st string with our thumb and our 1st finger. Or you can do it with your thumb and your middle finger. But I prefer my 1st for this one. Okay, so that's 1 and then we're going to play 4/16 notes with our thumb on the 4th string, 2nd string, 3rd string, and then we're going to add an extra note onto the 2nd string there with our little finger. So that would amount to this. Okay. Sorry. Then we go back to our thumb and 1st finger with a 2. So take our little finger off. Alright. And then we're going to have some pull-offs. So to do this, I normally pick with my 1st finger for the 1st set on the 3rd string. So I'm going to pick the 4th fret here and hammer it off to the 2, and then the same on the 4th string with my thumb. Now this is a little bit of a tricky riff. So it might take a bit of practice to do it, especially to get the chords sounding nice and strong on an acoustic guitar. So let me run through it one more time. Alright. Sorry. Now that kind of pattern, the 2/8 notes followed by 4/16 notes, 2/8 notes, 4/16 notes, follows through this entire thing. What's happening is we're just changing a couple of notes. So in the second bar, all the hammer-offs and pull-offs, sorry, the pull-offs, not hammer-ons or hammer-offs, all of the pull-offs in the same position for this part, we're just changing the lowest bass note. So the first one started on this F sharp minor. The second one, we're going to start on this E in the A chord. Alright, so the first one's this, F sharp minor. A, oh sorry, E on the A. Alright, and the next one is a D major 7. Now the only difference is when we get to the 4th string on the pull off, it's going to be 4 to 0, not 4 to 2. And then for the last bar of all 4 of those, we're changing the melody slightly. So that'd be still the same pattern, but thumb and fingers together on the 2nd string there. And then it's going to be 0 on the 4th string, 4 on the 3rd string with our 1st finger, back to 0. Add on that little finger there for the 5, 2, and then the pull off again. I know I probably haven't done the best job at explaining how to play this. It's written down below though, so hopefully you've been able to follow along. I'll play through that part one time, nice and slowly, and then we'll look at the second part of the chorus where the melody, like the pull-offs and hammer-ons, are on a different set of strings. The second time, it's the same chords, however what we're doing is just changing these hammer-offs. We're going to put them up a set of strings, so they're going to be on the 2nd and 3rd string. And to do that, we're going to be changing the first pull-off from the 2nd fret, sorry, the 4th fret to the 5th fret. So it'll be from 5 to 2, and then the 3rd string stays the same from 4 to 2. So here it is, the first one, F sharp minor. What am I doing? See that? So it's a higher set of strings. Here, 2nd string and 3rd string. The rest is exactly the same. So we go down to the A, 2nd string, 3rd string, D, 7, major 7. And then this last bar is exactly the same as the first repeat. So it's so I'll play it one more time through and then we'll move on. We're now going to be finishing off the chorus with the same chords, the F sharp minor, A and E, and D major 7, but the picking pattern is actually the same, however we're not adding the embellishments. It's this now. So that's going to be thumb for the first beat on the 4th string, and then we're going to pinch again, thumb and finger together. And then it's going to be thumb on the 4th string, finger on the 2nd, thumb on the 3rd, finger on the 2nd. On repeat, so twice each chord. counting it, it'd be 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a, down to the A, 1 and 2 E and a 3 and 4 E and a, D major 7. And it repeats twice. Okay, verse 2. We're going to keep that same picking pattern, slightly faster, but we're going to be playing it with the verse 1 chords. So these ones, right? But we're going to be adding that same picking pattern. D major 7, F sharp minor, A over E. Okay, we're going to carry on, go back to the A up here, down to D minor, D flat minor, and now here, we're going to pick it all at once, let it ring out. They all sing this big harmony in the verse, the A over E, pick it once, and then in the D major 7, go back to the picking. F sharp minor, A over E. Now you do that whole thing twice, but on the second time you don't hold out the whole notes with the harmony. Okay, carrying on. The guitar now simplifies. We play the same chords, but we just pick them once, and he sings over them. So the A, D flat minor, F sharp minor, A over E, D major 7, F sharp minor, A, and then we have the run up into the chorus again. And the chorus is exactly the same as the one before, so I'm not going to run through it again, but I'll quickly show it on screen now and you can pause it. And then after that we finish off with the we use Crow's Tune Now part, where he sings that we use Crow's Tune Now. And that is going to be the A over E, pick it once, let it ring out for the bar, F sharp minor, and then D major 7, right? And we repeat that 4 times, very straightforward. And then the last verse into the ending, we pick them all just once, let it ring out. It's the same as the verse chords, so it's A, D flat minor, F sharp minor, A over E, D major 7, F sharp minor, and A. And that is the entire song. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you'd like access to the tabs and PDF and guitar profiles, please head over to the Patreon and subscribe. That'd really help us out. And if you like what you've seen for the lessons, then please check out the rest of the channel. There is probably around like 40 or 50 videos by now of perfectly transcribed pop songs. Thank you very much. Take care.